Right. I'm going to teach you three specific principles that will make you successful in every endeavor. These principles make you successful in business. They make you successful in your family relationships. They make you successful at work and in any environment you find yourself. These are principles that will elevate you, that will promote you, and that will take you beyond your wildest dreams. These are biblical principles, they are spiritual principles, but as you well know, we live in a world, a physical, natural world, where everything that happens is controlled by invisible spiritual forces. Let me say that again. In our natural world, everything you see around you, every event, circumstance, occurrence, situation are governed, controlled, are influenced by invisible spiritual forces. You have to just believe that that is exactly how it is. Unless you believe this, then you are going to be stuck with what you see in the natural world, and then you will try to change what you see in the natural world with things you have in the natural world, and it does not work. That's like trying to cut down a tree by trimming the branches. It's not going to work until you get to the roots. The root of everything is what we call the spiritual invisible world. Why is it invisible? Because it's unchangeable. The Bible tells us that what we see in the natural world are temporary. They are subject to change. But that the things we see in the spirit, the things we do not see, in other words, the things that we do not perceive with our five senses, that those things are, they are eternal, they are permanent, they last forever. So I'm going to begin today by telling you that if you are in a place in your life where you feel stuck, you feel like nothing is going for you, you feel unseen, so you feel like you should be further along in life, hey, you are in the right place right now, because the words that I'm about to speak to you are words that will transform your life and bring you immeasurable success. These are words that when you take them and receive them in your heart, watch this, it will activate the invisible forces inside of you. There are forces in you, the forces of faith, hope, expectation. It will activate the invisible forces inside of you that will put you over, that will propel you to success beyond your wildest dreams. Because here's what I want you to know. Everything that is written in the Bible is written specifically to make you successful here on earth. This is where it begins. Your success, your advancement, listen to this, your promotion begins here. It doesn't begin when you die and supposedly go to heaven. No, it begins here, because what we call everlasting life is actually a perpetual life of success. In other words, you succeed in everything you do. Yes, you're going to encounter challenges. Yes, you will encounter situations that are beyond what you can currently control. But what I'm going to show you how to go be above and beyond what your eyes can see and begin to operate in the invisible arenas of life, where you can bring like a great influence to bear in our natural world. Okay, let me teach you first and foremost the three principles that will make you extremely successful in life. It will make you wealthy, healthy, and wise. It's important. Number one is the principle of strategic obscurity. Now, I thought about this principle in my last video. I went a little in depth with it. So when you have a minute, I would like you to go back and listen to my previous video. The first principle I want you to understand, because that is where everything begins, is the principle of strategic obscurity. Why strategic? And why obscurity? Because obscurity by its own definition means to be unseen. It means to be hidden. It means to be almost invisible in your world. But watch this. See, that is counted as a negative, but it's counted as a negative in our world. But if you learn this principle that I'm teaching you, then you're going to use it to your advantage. Your period of being hidden will become your period of greatest advancement. Watch this. Look at the examples I'm going to give you. Every time God wants to promote you, He will not announce you in public. He will first make you through the process in private. And I've said this before several times, and I want you to understand this. For example, think of it. when you go back to the Bible story of David, David slew Goliath. Okay? In other words, he killed Goliath with a sling and a stone. How did that happen? Well, when David killed Goliath, it happened in public. Everybody saw that. But when David learned to sling that stone, when he learned how to use that slingshot to the point where he can hit something and not miss, when he perfected that craft, that art, he did it when nobody was watching. He did it in a place where we call the wilderness. He did it while he was all by himself. That is the principle of strategic obscurity. He was not revealed to the world first until he had been trained and put through the process that will take him to the top. Look at Jesus. Why is it we never heard anything about Jesus until he turned 30? Well, other than when he was born and when he was in the temple asking questions at the age of 12 years old. And then the next thing we heard about him was when he turned 30. And when he turned 30, he did not go straight to preaching. This is what happened. First, he went to be baptized by John the Baptist, the preacher, the known preacher of that time. Watch this. And then he went into the wilderness for 40 days. What was he doing? He was practicing this principle, the principle of strategic obscurity. It's important. Jesus himself, the Son of God, the one that will save mankind and deliver us from sin, he practiced the principle of strategic obscurity. When he came out, the Bible said that when he came out, the fame of him, fame, success, went abroad. Okay? Look at Joseph. Joseph is a very, very important example. See, Joseph began his life, watch this, as a slave in the house of Potiphar. Nobody knew him. But because he understood the principle of strategic obscurity, notice, everywhere Joseph went, he practiced this principle. He learned to be successful in private. He learned to be successful while he was hidden. And because of that, when he became the prime minister of Egypt, people thought for most people, that was the first time they've ever heard of Joseph. But by then, he was already the man that made success happen. He didn't go chasing after success. He practiced his way into success. Joseph did not go chasing after success. He practiced his way into success. That's how you become successful. You don't chase after it. You practice your way into it. You become the person that attracts success. You don't chase success. You attract it because you are the person that makes success happen everywhere you go. This is very, very important. Okay.